I understand your job, okay?
Are you dad? Are you family? Are you involved?
Why?
Because right now he's trying to conduct business.
I understand that,
I'm just
okay?
trying to talk to this guy.
Okay.
Are you related to him somehow?
Just carry about with him. Ignore him.
All right. Fair enough. So I'm going to need your driver's license, partner.
At the end of the day,
Can you step back, give me some space, please?
Driver's license?
Step back and give me some space, please.
You don't have a
Step
driver's
back and give me some space, please. That's fine. I'm going to step back then. You're invading my personal... In fact, move...
All right. If I panhandle in front of you, will you arrest me?
Absolutely.
Okay. When the next person comes by, the next person that comes by, I will ask them for money.
That's fine.
A crime.
It is in the city.
Matter of fact, it's not only not a crime, it's a constitutionally protected activity safeguarded by the
Where
First
in the
Amendment.
Constitution does it say you can panhandle?
Freedom of speech.
That's not freedom of speech.
Freedom of association.
And no, you have no authorization to be recording inside the facility whatsoever. It's a security risk. My safety, that's Officer Crawford behind you, his safety. My other officer, McDonald, his safety. Okay.
Hey, do you want to tell me your name? Because I'll be happy to help you out.
What starts as a harmless family car meet quickly turns into a heated confrontation, led by a detective who shows up ready for war, not conversation. Rights are dismissed, lines are crossed, and intimidation replaces explanation. In this town, just asking a question might make you a suspect. And in this video, one man refuses to play along.
I witnessed him committing
Wow.
a crime. I'm asking you for identification, please.
And I'm his mom, and I said
Okay.
no.
Well, we're... All right, well, let's calm it down. Can I step out, sir? All right, well, come on.
I didn't come out with an attitude. I was very pleasant.
All right.
I said, hey, what's going on?
All right.
Whose car is this?
So you can't have red and blue lights flashing.
I understand. They weren't flashing. They were. It was on steady
was on
burn. There was the
steady burn.
outside, just steady burns were on. A red one and a blue one. There was a quick picture taken, and then they went right back off. Like I said, there was no intent on trying to pull anybody over. The car wasn't in motion. We weren't on a public street. I understand this is a public.
You don't have to.
Okay, I'm just trying to explain,
I understand.
sir. I'm trying to. You guys come in. I'm just trying to talk to you guys. I'm trying.
Something that doesn't.
No,
I'm
we're not.
trying-
We're trying to explain to you.
Okay, but there's. Okay, I'm trying.
So then,
I'm just.
well, then
Listen.
quiet so he can.
Can I speak? I mean, I'm just trying to have a cordial conversation. My demeanor is fine. I'm not having an attitude with you guys at all.
Right.
I respect what you do. Okay, I completely respect that.
Yeah.
However, I'm just asking for a little bit of reasoning for why I'm trying to explain to you that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it wasn't. Again, I'm just saying there wasn't an intent to pull anybody over or to do anything like that.
Right.
It wasn't like we were in motion. I understand what you're saying. And he's a young kid. He wanted to take a picture of the car with it like that. Okay. Generally, it's set up for private car shows, and that's what it is.
But that right there is the difference. Private property.
I understand that, and that's why it was a quick on and off. It was just one quick shot. You know.
It could also be a warning, but in that has to give the license. You can't go no.
Okay.
It's like a traffic stop.
I understand, and that's why I stepped out to talk to you guys to kind of de-escalate things. See how I'm talking to you?
You're not de-escalating anything. You're just adding to it. Okay.
How am I adding to it, sir? What's
your
your okay name, badge number?
Sheldon Rentmeester, badge 534.
Name,
Are
badge
you
number?
involved? Is this your car?
Why does it matter?
Is this your car?
I have a First Amendment right to talk.
Sure. Yeah. You
Okay.
also have the right to let him do his business. Okay. If he's talking to him,
all I'm going to do is I'm going to take down his name for my report,
Okay.
so that if we get a report later on,
That's
somebody's
perfectly
trying
fine.
to pull somebody
But
over.
can you guys please listen? I understand your job. Okay.
Are you dad? Are you family? Are you involved?
Why?
Because right now he's trying to conduct business.
I understand that.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to talk to this guy.
Okay.
Are you related to him somehow?
Just
or-
carry about with him. Ignore
All
him.
right. Fair enough. So I'm going to need your driver's license, partner.
At the end of the
Can
day,
you step back? Give me some space,
Driver's
please.
license?
Step back and give me some space, please.
You don't have a
Step
driver's
back and give me some space, please. That's fine. I'm going to step back then. You're invading my personal. In fact, move away from my car with your gun, please.
Okay, can I see your
Move away from my car with your gun, please.
I can't. I'll give you my name.
I'm
but
trying
you're
to
not
talk
getting
to
my
you.
license now.
So the reason for this,
I understand your reason. You don't have to cop explain this to me. Okay, you're shaking. Why are you shaking?
That's great. All right, let's start with that.
Your hand was shaking on your mag clip.
on my mag clip.
Yes.
Okay.
Your little mag holder right there. You're still shaking right there. Your hands are shaking, guy. Calm down, dude.
I'm calm.
Then why are you shaking?
Because I'm trying to explain this to you.
Then you can calm down. I'm not being confrontational at all. My name's
Sheldon.
Okay, that's great. My name is Good Citizen, and I'm talking to you in a calm manner. And I don't need you to be shaking while you're talking to me. Okay, we can talk normal.
We can talk.
That's fine.
We can talk normal.
That's perfectly fine.
But at the end of the day, this is just a minor thing. It doesn't
I
have
get
to
it.
be-
I get it. So that's why I was trying. You guys came in real hot. I understand your job.
What's your name, man?
He might have. I don't know. I didn't.
Okay, you came in a little heated towards the whole situation. I'm allowed to talk. Yes, he is my son. Okay, I wear a badge and a gun belt myself.
We weren't driving
Okay,
with them
so
on, so you
I
guys
understand
can
what
get
you're
that out
doing,
of your
and I
system.
understand. That's why I said turn them on real
The
quick
car
for a
was
photo and
fucking
turn them right
parked.
back off.
Which I have
It might have been a dumb idea.
said you drove
Okay,
this vehicle here.
yeah, I understand.
You
that.
understand the
I
big thing is,
understand.
if you're on private
I
property,
know,
it's
and that's why I said the normal when we go to car meets, it's completely private.
And I
You don't need to give
what's your
name.
date of birth?
He said I need to because
No, you
I drove
don't.
the car here.
No, we're
Hang on,
done.
man.
We're done.
I'm not
We're done with
talking
that.
to you.
You haven't committed a crime. There's no
Right,
need to ID
that's what I
yourself.
said.
I just said let them fucking go away. They're wasting their fucking time.
Okay, just calm down. Let him do the warning thing. But you have no part of this.
She does because she just admitted she drove this vehicle. This is a marked police vehicle.
Where is it?
With red
No,
and white
it's not. It
lights.
doesn't say police
Okay.
anywhere.
It doesn't have
And
to.
in the state of Ohio, the law
It's
says it has to have
I
a
looked
police
it up. I
department
looked it
name
up.
on
I
it.
know what I'm.
I know what the RC
It's
code
a-
is
it's
on it.
fine.
not
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Well,
So,
you
but
commit no
either
crime.
way, can we
Don't
just
do it.
de-escalate? Do your thing, guys. I'm done.
What's your
Okay,
date of
we're
birth?
good.
As far as
I understand. I understand it, dude.
Probably fine.
As
So,
far as, but you understand, so the big difference here, private versus public
and
property, with being on
like I
public
said, we
property,
always do this
I don't know
on
why
private
it's so
properties, the car
hostile.
shows,
I
because
swear,
it's
100%.
just walk away. Just walk away.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Just walk. Just go sit in the car, honey, please.
I
Okay,
support the
so-
private property.
Have fun.
I think
And
having
again-
it as a show car is a cool thing. I
Yeah,
don't
and that's
disagree with that
all it is, man.
whatsoever.
It's a cool thing to do for the car shows. You know what I mean?
But
And we 99.99999% time have always done it on private property. There's never been an incident ever before. Like I said, he wanted a cool picture down here. It was real quick. Turn them on, turn them off, and again, I figured, hey, we're in a pretty location right down here. There's no other civilians around. Nobody's gonna think he's a cop. They're
I don't
with the
think they
show.
all think.
They're with the
Yeah, I
show.
understand.
They understand he's not okay. We're pretty big into the scene.
No, and I
So
don't
it's a
have an
good,
issue with it,
wholesome family thing to
really.
do. Like I said, we generally never turn them on at all because he knows, because I know what the laws are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you-
and I
but
understand.
It's just the private property versus, and that's
And I
all
totally
this had
get
to
it.
be is, hey, let me
I
get your
understand.
info,
I understand.
kick a
that.
warning, and we're
But
on our way.
There's, you know, I totally get that. There's a way to communicate with the citizens without coming on so strong. Okay. I deal with it a lot. Okay. I work with DOC. I work with a lot of different departments in the area. Okay. So I understand, but when I come into a situation, I try to get the information before I start coming on strong. And if I need to, then that's where we go to. Okay. But that's why I said de-escalate
when I
a little
walk
bit. Well,
into the information-
I know, but he came in really hot. That's why I said,
I
man,
don't know how he
de-escalate
did.
and calm down. I know, and I didn't record it, unfortunately. But you know,
He did. He's got body
I know,
cam.
and that's why I say he's got body cam. I can FOIA it
But-
if I have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, and in fact, I should have my body cam on right now, but I don't. So it is what it is. So again, it's usually a private property thing, and I understand. So I get where you
That
guys are
being the
coming
big
from. I totally get where you guys are coming from. So that's why I'm trying to talk to you calm. And you were shaking a little bit there, so that was kind of worrying me. You know what I mean? You step up on me and you're shaking.
Well, I was trying to hear what you're saying,
Okay,
because you're kind of a
I'm
little bit
talking
quiet.
calm because I want you guys to calm down. That's how you de-escalate. When somebody's getting heated, you try to calm them down, which is what I was doing.
No,
And
that's fine.
now we're talking calm, right? You're not shaking anymore.
Well, I also wasn't sure what was going to go on there because
I understand. You come onto a scene and you don't know what's going on. I
The
get
reason I
that.
stepped
But there's
in
no
is
need to
'cause,
come
like,
into the
you're-
scene hot.
and I didn't. I came in
You
a
came
lot
in
less
warm.
heated.
You came in warm.
I came in
I'll give
warm,
it.
but
Okay.
when I came in,
okay.
I
So
hear
we're agreeing on
arguing
that.
and-
It wasn't necessarily arguing. Arguing is loud voices. It was
Well,
him
an
trying to
argument can
demand
happen.
certain things.
An argument can happen with less loud voices.
I can
You
understand.
disagree.
I can understand that.
So-
But at the same time, when you guys come on to something as a backup officer, you don't know what's going on. Okay, I completely understand that. Okay, but when it comes down to it, you guys got to be a little bit better when you come into the citizenry thing. Like trying to get her ID. He didn't witness her drive this car. I could say I drove that car. She could say he drove that car. Anybody could say that. You guys didn't witness that. There was no reasonable articulable suspicion that she needed to give an ID. That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Okay?
And I don't
I'm very
disagree with
strong on my civil rights. I'm very strong on other people's civil rights. There's a lot of police officers that are really good. So far, I'm giving you a B plus because you were a little bit hot. Like I said, warm. We'll call it warm. You're a little warm, and you were shaking there, which was kind of freaking me out because when I see a guy with a gun shaking, it kind of freaks me out. I'm not saying you would pull it. The hood's still over it, so we're good. You know what I mean? But you guys got to approach people with a little bit calmer manner, and you would get a lot better result from a lot more people. I'm telling you that. It works for me. I can tell that. I can tell you're pretty cool right now, okay? You got the Oakley glasses on, you chilling, all right? You know what I mean? I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
All right, but again, it's the way when you guys approach the scene. Okay, if there's a lot of people around, I get that. You don't know what's going on, but you got to come in a little cooler. That's all I'm trying to get at, man. Education, not confrontation. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't disagree. I don't know, again, what happened with him once he got here. All I know is I pulled up, he was arguing. Disagreements.
There might that's better
We'll call
word
it
for
disagreements.
it. Wordage, you got wording is everything. So there was a little bit of a disagreement maybe on what was going on. Okay. And again, I was trying to simply explain to the officer, because I respect you guys. Hey, I understand you saw whatever you saw. I don't know what he saw because I wasn't him. But I've been here since he got here. We came together. The lights went on for a couple of seconds. A couple people took pictures of it real quick, and he got shut right back off. That was it. There was no foul play. There was no ill intent. There was no popping. It's cool.
I don't understand why people like that.
It's a certain tune on the car. I don't know.
I don't get that. I feel like that's just
a little bit excessive is sometimes
annoying.
It can be.
I just call it annoying. I can imagine driving.
I don't know how old you are. You're probably a little younger than me, but the little Tykes things when you push them, and a little pop.
Yeah.
That's what I think of every time I hear one of them things popping by. But anyway, back to the subject at hand here. I understand it's illegal to run them on public street. I completely get that. Impersonating the officer, I understand how that all works.
I never said impersonating the officer.
He did. When he first rolled in, he said, "I got your I want your badge, your ID because you were illegally, doing the whole police officer thing." He doesn't have any logos on the car from any police department. That's part of the law. In order for it to be a marked vehicle like he said it was, his wording said. So that's why I say you got to have your facts. You got to know your rights. You know what I mean? You got to know our rights and all that stuff. You guys have the right to ask certain questions. I get that. We have the right to not answer certain questions. To Fifth Amendment, I don't have to say shit that's going to incriminate myself. Were you driving that car? I can stay silent. You guys have to do the investigation. So in order for them to say he drove that car here, unless he admitted it, which he probably shouldn't have, because if I was involved with trying to block him from incriminating himself,
he's
then,
also the registered owner.
But anybody can drive a car. Anybody can flip a light switch. So unless somebody witnessed that happen, or you guys have physical proof that that happened, which is reasonable articulable suspicion, then you can get the IDs. I understand that. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to get at. We have rights, citizens have rights, police officers have a certain duty to do, but there's that line. Once you go over that line, you have crossed the line of now that puts a bad taste in my mouth about this particular officer, and once that keeps building up in people's minds, that's where that disconnect between law enforcement and citizenry happens. So again, I'm about education, not confrontation. I don't want to sit here and argue with police or have it like this guy. He came in really hot. I mean, I can tell he gray hair like me. He probably been on the force for a while. He dealt with some dumb shit, I'm sure. We're not doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? It's all innocent fun. It was in good faith. There was nobody trying to pull anybody over. Nobody saying, "Hey, get on the ground, motherfucker." Well, it wasn't anything like that. That would be. And I understand.
I'm gonna get a lawyer.
Well,
because this isn't the only ones that have targeted him.
Well,
but CPD and all the other ones have told him, even if it's not private property or not, he's allowed to have his lights on because it's a car show and it's for the kids, as long as the car is not moving.
Right, but there's certain gray areas. There's certain gray areas in the law with that.
So we have different people telling us, different departments telling us different shit. So I'm just going to get a lawyer because people are targeting my son.
Well,
I wouldn't say it's targeting your son. It's more geared towards the car and the red and blues on the car.
But you guys can look at it,
and it's not illegal to have an out of service police car, as long as it's not got any police department names on it and stuff like that. So, and again,
which honestly, actually on that end, I don't know if that's entirely.
What was that?
I don't even know if that's entirely like having the police.
It can even say police on it, as long as it doesn't have a department or a law enforcement agency's name on it, or insignia, or insignias. Yeah. So I looked up the laws on it, very, very. In fact, I got the ORC code on my phone. I sent it to him just so we can have it in case this shit ever happened. Yeah. And there is very gray areas in that impersonation with the lights and the blue lights and the red lights and amber lights to the front with white, amber lights and red to the back. That's I understand all those restrictions. You're allowed to have clear and amber to the front. You're allowed to have red and clear and amber to the back. One license plate light, illuminating license plate has to be white in color. We went through the whole ORC code. I went through it in fine depth and detail. So again, I am all about education. I want to educate myself so that when I know that something's happening, I know I have my facts.
Are you? Is it red on one side, blue on the other?
I don't know, honestly.
So what I would do, personal advice is if you make it red all the way across.
You guys got something going on up there. might be more important than this. See, he's got whites, but that's a takedown lights. But yeah, you got to pull the fuse off of that right in front of it. But anyway, your question.
Well,
or
so
your
what I was
statement, I'm
saying
sorry.
is if you went with red, if you're
Right,
like
all
doing
red,
like the,
right.
well, not necessarily all red. You don't have to switch to all red, but if you're doing like the corner lights,
like
it's
scene
like
lighting,
the cruise lights or the
right.
scene lighting, if you did that in all red, I think you'd have a little bit less issue.
Right,
Because
right.
there's a lot more leeway on the red
Right,
lighting
yeah.
versus the
Volunteer
blue lighting.
firefighters, and there's a whole bunch of other people. And, the Popo's the only ones that run the blue, so.
Exactly.
Right.
But, I mean, it's even past the volunteer firefighters.
Watch that gun, man. Sorry.
It's even past the volunteer firefighters. I mean, if you look
Right.
at like the city of Columbus, they have their work trucks that are running the red lights. You have, tow trucks have
Yep.
red lights on the light
Yep,
bar,
amber and
with
red.
the brake lights. I think you'd run into less issues. So I don't know how often
right.
you're running into issues with
Not
this.
really, because like I said, it's always on private property. When we do the car shows, it's we go to farms and rent out farms. You go to private property, rent out the properties, and have this is really absolutely nothing. We go to car shows where there's hundreds to thousands of cars, and it's all on private property. So, and again, it's one time, quick picture shots, real quick, and that was all it was, man. So no hard feelings towards you guys, none of that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that, I don't say there's ill intent in that.
Right.
Dude, trust me, I get it. I'm a
Right.
car guy. I love cars.
Right, and it's just a cool thing.
It's just one of those.
And I understand you get right, and that's why I was like, you know what, fuck it. There isn't a lot of people around. We're not on the road. Do it real quick. And I guess it's my fault. I mean, as his father, I probably should have said that. But
you know what?
It is what it is.
Being a car guy, I get it. I'm not.
And honestly, my vest is in the back. I wear the same uniform every day, all day long. So I understand what you guys are doing. I respect you guys 100%. I'm not a police officer, but I deal with DOC. I deal with a lot of other fun stuff too. So, but I've gone through the whole police academy. I know my rights. I did the whole civil rights, law enforcement, law, and all that crap. So,
Out of curiosity,
anyway.
you said you went through the police academy. Why not get in?
Because I make more money.
That's fair.
I work government contracts, man. I work government contracts, and if I see something, I don't have to get involved.
That's fair.
So, I mean, I don't have the pension and all that fun stuff you guys have, and qualified immunity and all that good jazz, but,
With the government contracting, though, I mean, if you make enough,
money.
you can put the money away.
Yeah, it's money.
You
I mean,
more or less have the pension.
yeah, if I was working city, small city cops, I'm right there with them. So, and I don't have to get involved with anything. I get nights and weekends off, work Monday through Friday, no holidays. Federal contracts, good pay.
Doing federal contracts?
Yeah, federal contracts. So that's what I say. I work with DOC, I work with federal prisoners and all kinds of different fun stuff. So I deal with murderers and rapists and all that shit, just like you guys do, just while they're
You know, like
caged up.
transports? Or?
Oh, no. I deal with mental and drug problem for the most part. Those are the guys I deal with. So just keeping them under control, basically.
That's fair.
So, and again, I understand you guys got a job to do, but there's that boundary where, again, the citizens of the United States have kind of got a disconnect. As you see, there's a lot of anti-police people out there. You can't disagree with that, right?
No.
So, and I get it. People look at me and instantly think I'm a cop. I got a badge, I got a gun, and the vest and all that shit. And if I'm out, on my way in or out of work or whatever, people are instantly like, oh, I got the fucking cop. I get the attitude. I get people talking shit to me. I get it. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, we've got to have a little bit better approach to people, I think, especially with Officer, I'll just call, I don't know what his name is, but he never identified himself. So,
prosecutor hasn't called me back or anything, but here's what I recommend to you. And if you're going to use this vehicle for show vehicles or for car shows or whatever, totally fine. But the way the law is written is that it says a vehicle cannot be operated unless it's done so by a sworn law enforcement officer, somebody with the task of enforcing traffic laws, to drive or operate a vehicle that is equipped with red and blue flashing lights.
can you define what operate is in the ORC code?
Yeah, it means drive.
And he wasn't driving the car.
No, I just...
And the car wasn't running.
If I finish talking to him, since I really don't have anything to do with this right now.
What was your name again, sir?
My name is Detective Carl Roberts. 529 is my badge number.
Okay.
And what's your name?
I don't have to give that to you, sir.
Okay, so then I don't really need to interact with
That's
you.
fine. Have a good day.
My point being, and before I was so rudely interrupted.
I didn't rudely interrupt you, sir.
did,
Okay,
and
keep
you're doing it
continue.
again. So
Just
here's
calm
what I'm
down,
telling
bud. Calm down, man. He's an asshole.
Here's what I'm telling you.
I mean,
Somebody could actually pull you over and probably arrest you very successfully. And you might beat the rap, but you won't beat the ride.
So he's a detective?
Driving this around.
Wow.
Driving
That's
this
scary,
around.
Right.
As a
The way he talks to people.
I'm not talking to you. Continue. I'm talking to this guy because he needs to.
He's a
So
lot
all I'm saying is, man, you better be careful with this because
Who's his
somebody might not
supervisor?
be as nice.
Can you tell me who his supervisor is?
His supervisor,
I understand.
Because I want to get that
I'm not
camera.
entirely sure who you want to call on that one. We have
Who's whatever you guys got, watch, command watch, or lieutenant?
I would call our lieutenant, but he's only here.
All Perry Township
What's his last name?
Conkle. He's only here Monday through Friday.
Right. Well, and honestly, I mean, what put me into a bad mood with Perry Township, and I'll get real with you. All right, we're good. He should be doing a job. The citizens are paying him out of my taxes. But Perry Township, this has probably been 20-something years ago. I got pulled over for looking at a cop out the window of my car. This is back when you guys were running Crown Vics, right? So probably like not even 2020-ish. But anyway, I got pulled over. This guy was screaming and yelling in my face, "You got a fucking problem with the way I drive my car, motherfucker?" That really put me off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Pendleton's still with you guys or not. I was, like I said, 20 years ago probably, so Pendleton's probably long retired by now. So
It's
Pendleton? Yeah. So I talked with that guy. You know, like I said, I've got respect for you guys when you guys give the citizens respect. You're cool, right? You're cool with me right now. You know, you're chilling, you got your arm in your vest now, you're not shaking anymore. We're cool. You know what I mean? I understand. You come into a situation, the adrenaline starts dumping and shit like that, but this dude's gotta calm down, man. If he needs to be a detective, they gotta take him off the street. They gotta take him off the street. For real, man. I mean, that's...
So what I would do is, if you guys have a complaint,
I do.
call into our...
I do.
Call into the police department. I'll give you a business card.
Yeah, that'd be great. If he's got one, I need one of his too, but I don't want to ask him. If you could get one of his for me, that'd be great.
You got a business card? Yeah, of course. That's mine.
Cool.
You need to be a detective.
All right, yeah, man, you're cool. I don't know, what's your rank? You just a patrolman?
I'm just a patrol officer.
That's cool.
But it is a weird situation.
I understand.
And it's definitely, it is tiptoeing the gray line.
And that's why I was trying to come out and de-escalate, man, and just get him to calm down and listen for like 2 seconds like you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he hadn't shown up and it was me and you, this would have gone a whole different way, man. I honestly believe that. He's just got to calm down. He got the military haircut. Dude, he's not like, you know, we're just citizens, man. We're not criminals. You know,
it's a traffic thing. It's not even
but it's not really even a pullover. I mean, it wasn't really even a traffic stop to be technical. He wasn't in the car. The car wasn't moving. Keys weren't in ignition, and all that. So I mean, it is what it is. But
and I don't know what the specific section with the red and blue lights is. I don't know if it's an operate or just a period equipment thing. I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
I've read into it. Like I said, I pulled the ORC code when we were setting it up for the car shows and everything. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, it's just a matter of how people approach other people. And that was all. So you guys are dismissed.
Are you good? Yeah.
All right, buckle and bounce.
You got a business card?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we never got that, did we? I asked him to ask you. You don't have a good...
I have one of yours?
Yeah. Why are you shaking, man?
Who's shaking?
You are.
I seen
You're shaking and he was shaking, dude. All right.
Old. I got chills. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. All right, you guys are dismissed. We're good.
Have a great one.
All right, man. You're good. All right, man. Appreciate you.
I would just be careful.
I know, and I understand that, man.
Just make sure it's private property. If you're on private property, you're not
100% agreeance.
I get it, but it's just in the future.
Amen, bro. We're good. It won't happen again. I promise you that. So, all right. Have a good night. Be safe, guys. Yep. Officer fucking douchebag.
When a detective tells you might beat the rap, but you won't beat the ride, he's not upholding the law. He's threatening you with the system. This video is a brutal reminder that your rights mean nothing if those in power don't respect them. So document everything, stay calm, and never let fear silence your voice. The Constitution doesn't bend to ego. Imagine holding a simple sign that says, "God bless the homeless veterans," and within minutes, you're surrounded by officers demanding ID and threatening jail. Not for violence, not for disruption, but for speaking on a public sidewalk. In this video, we witness how deeply broken the system becomes when basic rights are dismissed as constitutional crap.
I'm all right. How are you, sir?
Okay.
What's going on?
I'm going to ask you the same thing.
Why?
Because our HR manager called and said you're harassing people for money.
Okay, I'm hard of hearing. Can you speak up?
Our HR manager in the building here called and said you're asking people for money out here.
Who is the HR? What's their name?
His name is JD.
JD? That's, is that what they said?
Yeah, they said there's a male on the front steps with a sign asking people for money.
Okay.
Are we asking people for money, or?
I'm not answering any questions.
Okay. Let me see your ID.
Nope.
Yes, sir.
I'm engaged in constitutionally protected activity, sir.
And you're also being investigated for a potential city ordinance violation. So
I'm engaged in constitutionally protected activity. What's your name and badge number?
It's William Holtman. It's 309.
Okay, my name is
Now that
Jeff.
I've given you my name, you need to give me your
My
ID.
name is Jeff, and this is freedom of speech, freedom of religion,
I understand that.
and freedom of assembly on a traditional public forum.
I understand
I am
that.
not asking for money.
Okay. That's what I'm investigating.
Well, all you have is hearsay. I say I'm not. HR manager says I am.
Okay. So that's called an investigation.
Okay, we'll go investigate.
Right now I'm talking to you. I am investigating.
Let's make it clear. I'm engaged in constitutionally protected activities.
see
Wait,
your
just
ID.
let me finish what I'm saying. I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity safeguarded by the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly on public property. Do you understand that?
I understand what the First
You're
Amendment
not
says.
getting my ID.
Okay. Give me your ID.
You're not getting my ID.
I'm not asking.
It doesn't matter if you're asking or not. I'm engaged in
You're fixing
constitution.
to find yourself
You
in jail
don't
for
get
disobeying a lawful order.
you don't get ID for a constitutionally protected activity, sir.
Okay. Headquarters, do you have JD step out?
And I'll let you know I'm not going to resist if you arrest me, but you're making a big mistake if you are. I've already told you I'm not panhandling.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm not panhandling.
I don't know why y'all got to do all this constitutional crap and make stuff so difficult.
Constitutional crap?
Yeah, y'all try to hang on this. What y'all try to do is do stuff like this to try to get a reaction so you can
Try to
sue
get a
us and
reaction
sue
with
the
a
city.
God bless the homeless
I know what
veteran
you're
sign?
doing, man. I've
Okay.
been doing this 17
So you know what I'm
years.
doing? Get back in your car and have a nice day.
As soon as JD comes out and tells me he didn't hear you ask for money, I will.
It doesn't matter what JD. No, it
If
doesn't.
JD says that he heard you ask for money and he's willing to write a statement, you're going to go to jail for
Okay,
panhandling.
let's go to jail. Let's do it.
I want to talk to JD first.
Let's do it.
I'm just
Hook
telling
me,
you
look,
where we're at.
hook me up for freedom of speech, freedom of religion. You've already been put on notice that you're going to. I'm exercising a constitution protected right.
And you've also been put on notice that if JD, who's an employee of this city, is willing to write a statement that says you were panhandling, I'm going to put you in jail.
Well, then JD will be his qualified immunity be in jeopardy too.
What was your last report?
JD's not answering
Call 4205 or try to.
All right, let's just go ahead and start recording.
That's fine. I've been recording since before I pulled in the parking lot. That's all I'm going to do.
That's fine. I'm engaged in constitution protected activity safeguarded by the First Amendment. God bless freedom of speech. God bless freedom of religion. God bless freedom of assembly on public property.
I just want you to know the other side of your statement is absolutely incorrect. The other side of your
Panhandling is not a
panhandling
crime?
is a crime.
All right. If I panhandle in front of you, will you arrest me?
I absolutely will.
Okay. The next person that comes by,
Violation of our city
the next
ordinance.
person that comes by, I will ask them for money.
That's fine. You're welcome
All
to do
right.
so. Just
I haven't
understand
done.
you will be placed under arrest
I haven't
at that
done so
time.
to this point, but I might do so.
I haven't said you had. I told you what I've been told.
All right. Panhandling is a constitutionally protected activity.
No.
It is free. Yes, it is.
It's a violation of city ordinance.
It's
and
freedom
if
of
you do
speech.
it, you're going to go to jail.
Freedom of speech.
No, it's not.
All right, I'm putting you on notice. So I'm going to panhandle. It's freedom of speech.
And I'm putting you on notice that when you do, you will be arrested.
Okay. Listen.
Standing here with a sign and saying "God bless the homeless vets," you're absolutely right.
So is
It's
panhandling.
Is not a crime.
Panhandling is a freedom of speech as well.
No,
The
sir,
courts.
it's not. It's a
Are
violation.
you
of
in
the city
contempt of
ordinance.
court right now? Are you in
We're not
contempt
in
of court?
How can I be in contempt?
Because the
of court?
courts have said that panhandling is a freedom of speech issue. It's a freedom of speech.
If that was the case, then it wouldn't be on our books as,
Yes, it
as a
would.
city ordinance.
Yes, it would.
Well, then
That's
between
why
you
the
and
courts have
court.
done it. That's why the courts have had to rule on this.
Have him step down, please.
Panhandling is not a crime.
It is in the city.
Matter of fact,
Yes,
it's not only not a crime, it's a constitutionally protected activity safeguarded by the
Where
First
in the
Amendment.
Constitution does it say you can panhandle?
Freedom of speech.
That's not freedom of speech.
Freedom of association. It's not?
No, it's not.
According to who?
Nowhere in the First Amendment does it say you can panhandle without reprisal.
It says that I can talk to people, doesn't it?
It does, but the city ordinance for soliciting alms and contributions also says that you can't ask people
That's
for
a
money.
content-based restriction.
Okay, whatever.
That's a content-based restriction.
JD's on the way down. You have the right to face your accuser. That's in the Constitution.
Okay,
too.
that's fine.
Shows that he got a ticket for the date of birth 1993-06-11, 1993-06-11.
People have offered me money, I haven't taken it. Panhandling is a First Amendment protected right.
No, it's not.
JD, panhandling is freedom of speech. So even if he arrested me for panhandling, it would be a violation of my rights, and I would be suing you guys.
Okay.
All right.
That's your option to do so. Panhandling is a violation of the law. I can give you the code section if you want to do
Code, that's fine. Your code section doesn't override the United States Constitution and the freedom of First Amendment to the United States Constitution.
As long as he's not asking for money, he's not violating. Like standing there with the sign, he's right. I have no issue with that. Yeah, we just got it. But panhandling is a crime.
Panhandling is First Amendment protected activity.
You let me talk.
Freedom of speech. Well, I'm just going to correct you every time you say it. I'll leave at 5 o'clock since it closes at 5, but that's fine.
We just had a complaint of somebody that was out, looked like a panhandler, so that's why this all happened. So I'm sorry.
But
and I told you I was going to investigate it, did I not?
Yes.
And I told you I was going to call JD and ask him what he heard, right?
All right.
And have I not done that?
Yeah, but you were threatening to put me in jail for not giving ID.
Well, technically you're required by law.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You want to try that? We can go that route too.
But I'm not going to give you the reaction you're looking for.
My reaction, the reaction I'm looking for with a God bless the homeless veteran sign is just people just to leave me alone. That's all.
Listen, you gotta understand, people call us and allege that a crime has committed. We come and investigate it. It's called an investigative process. It's literally what they pay us to do.
Well, panhandling is not a crime either. Even if I was panhandling, it is not a crime.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not. It's the court's opinion. It's the federal court's opinion.
Anyways, have a good day. We're done.
All right, you too.
Nobody can say, yes, I heard about I wanted to hear.
So even if I asked JD, if I asked you for money, would I go to jail right now?
No, you're not going to get the reaction.
Okay, JD, can I have some money? I'm panhandling.
I'm not fighting. I'm not
Yeah,
stupid.
good. You shouldn't be because it's a freedom of speech thing.
No, it's not. It's a violation of city ordinance.
You're walking away and getting in your car because you know better.
You got a smartphone. Look up north. It's called Unity.
You know better. You're getting in your car and you're leaving because you know better. You don't want to go that route. You don't want to be deposed. You want to go to federal court.
When a cop says, I don't know why y'all got to do all this constitutional crap, he's not just showing ignorance, he's exposing a real threat. The First Amendment isn't a loophole, it's the foundation. If peaceful protest is treated like a crime, then silence becomes state policy. This is why we record, why we resist, and why we never stop speaking up. They say it's for safety, but the moment you hold a camera, everything changes. You're surrounded, harassed, threatened with arrest, just for recording public officials on public property. In this video, we see what happens when egos in uniform collide with the First Amendment, and all it takes is silence and a lens to send them into a meltdown.
You got your ID, sir? We need a camera to supervise it.
Okay guys, we got contact already. How you doing, buddy? Can I ask you what you're doing? Can I ask you what you're doing? Are you not going to speak?
31, we have 3 ready to head back to 4 o'clock.
You're not going to answer any of my questions, sir? Are you not going to answer any of my questions? Okay, we got this guy approaching us from behind. These guys are some dangerous thugs here, guys. Be very careful around these thugs. It's not a matter of being a dangerous thug, sir. You can't be recording in a correctional facility. It's actually a safety and security measure. What it is, it's for your safety and our safety. Not only your safety. It's everybody's safety. Okay, you guys can see this. He's armed with a taser.
Okay, so you see this officer with no badge. He's got no name tag and he's filming us. Make sure you don't delete that footage because we will be FOIA requesting that video. Don't step forward. Okay guys, we're trying to disengage from these thugs. These thugs are trying to attack us. We're gonna disengage.
So you're trespassing on state property now. It's all state property, sir. Right now,
Okay. Guy's not wearing a seatbelt out here on public property. He's driving a motor vehicle on public property with no seatbelt. State of Michigan vehicle.
you're trespassing on state property right now, sir. And no, you have no authorization to be recording inside the facility whatsoever. You can look at me all you want. That's what it is. That's where it stands. It's a security risk. My safety, that's Officer Crawford behind you, his safety. My other officer, McDonald, his safety. It's also your safety. It's everybody's safety, not just my officers.
Okay guys, look at this guy.
Go for 3. Go ahead. He's refusing all orders to leave. He's been aware that he's trespassing. LT, be advised, we already got a camera on myself and the subject. Officer Crawford is recording 700.
Okay, Michigan correction officers torture prisoners every day.
1415, you can send them off.
Michigan correction officers subject Michigan inmates to cruel and unusual punishment every day. They violate the 8th Amendment of the Constitution daily, and it happens right behind these walls, guys. Right behind these fences. And now we got these thugs here. They've got Adrian police dispatched. Okay, look at this guy. He's standing out on the road here. This guy, they're saying they're here for my safety. This guy has no name tag and he's standing out on the road. But he's out here for our safety. Okay guys, we got the suit and ties coming out now. Over here and talk to these guys so they don't have to get their nice shiny shoes all muddy. They'll probably be much more cordial than these, whatever you want to call these guys. Uneducated wannabe cops.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, fellas.
How you doing?
98 the base.
What's going on? You can start the camera.
What's going on, sir? Something we can help you with? Okay. That's all right.
You want to talk to us?
You realize you're on private property? I mean, if there's something we can help you with, sir. I mean, we can't help you if you're not going to talk to us.
Alright. I've already instructed you to trespass.
I believe it's a felony to trespass on personal property. I don't know that it's worth all that. Is there anything we can do to help you?
Now we're here for you. We're cooperative. You can cooperate back just by talking to us. Is there some kind of mission that you want to accomplish with this? We can help you out with it. Want to tell me your name so I know who I'm talking to? Yes? No? Do you need some help?
Officer Crawford.
We'd like to help you.
Safety.
If we can give you some help, we'll get it for you.
This officer over here, not
Okay.
not
I'm done talking. I didn't try to help you out.
I've advised them that he's trespassing. I've advised them this is private way. I've advised him. He's just following my orders.
1415, you got 2 records to your back door.
Got 2 vans at the outer Sally Court gate. Should they wait until after shift change, sir?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
73, Ike. 93. This is correct.
That's a setup.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to tell me your name? Because I'll be happy to help you out.
Don't touch me.
I'm not touching
Do
you.
not touch me.
I'm not touching you.
That's an assault. That is an assault. Back up.
I'm not touching you.
Back up. That is an assault.
I'm established my position right here.
Have we given him instructions to leave things around?
Yes, sir, we have.
I have. Let him know he's trespassing.
Okay, we got Inspector Johnson here just assaulted me.
I've told him several times before.
Okay.
You're not trying to start anything here, I'm assuming. You want to get this thing resolved, whatever your issue is, we want to help you do it. But you're not being cooperative with us.
Give me
Give you every opportunity to cooperate with us.
Still unresponsive.
What?
Towards
I think that by you not talking to us, you're choosing to not be cooperative.
What I don't understand is what is it that we're trying to accomplish, because you won't tell us what your grievance is when you're trespassing on our property, which is against the law, but we're out here asking you, what can we do to help you?
I copy 7.
I mean, there's got to be something.
Make sure you save that video because I will be FOIA requesting all the video on that phone.
Good stuff.
These guys abuse inmates.
We do?
They subject them to cruel and unusual punishment on a daily basis. Now look what they do to public photographers, guys. These guys are a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. Messer, Inspector Johnson, got another Johnson, got a no name. These guys are a disgrace, guys. Absolute disgrace to the Michigan correctional system.
Do you have any identification on this, sir? Do you have a name that we can refer to you as? Sir?
I want you to not pull this bike any further down here.
No, we got law enforcement.
Look at this, guys. This guy's obstructing our First Amendment rights here. Sir, you're obstructing my First Amendment rights.
When an officer says filming is a security threat, what they really mean is accountability makes them uncomfortable. This video reminds us that the right to record isn't a favor, it's a constitutional guarantee. So keep the cameras rolling, because the moment we stop watching, they stop obeying.